Dear students, Namaste, good morning to you all, and also welcome to another session of online mathematics class. In the previous session, we have discussed the basic properties of determinants and how to calculate the value of a determinant. And in this session, we shall discuss the properties of determinants and also we shall try to solve some questions by applying the properties of determinants. Let's move on to the topic. Let's begin with the properties of determinants. The first property is the value of the determinant remains unchanged if its rows and columns are interchanged. Means if you take a determinant and interchange its rows and columns, means by taking its transpose and find out the values of both the determinants, then the value of both the determinants are same. For example, consider a determinant a1, a2, a3, b1, b2, b3, c1, c2, c3. Here a1, a2, a3 is in first row, b1, b2, b3 is in second row, c1, c2, c3 is in third row. Consider another determinant by interchanging the rows and columns. For example, here a1, a2, a3 is in first row and in the second determinant a1, a2, a3 is in first column. Here b1, b2, b3 second row, here same as in second column. C1, C2, C3 is in third row here, C1, C2, C3 is in third column here. These two determinants value is same. If you calculate the value of this determinant by expanding along the row or column, that will be same as the value of this determinant when you expand it in rows or column wise. Please note that if Ri is the ith row and Ci is the ith column, then for interchange of row and columns, we will symbolically write Ci interchange Ri. This is the way of writing interchanging of rows and columns. Ci interchange to Ri. And move on to property number 2. It says if any two rows or columns of a determinant are interchanged, then the sign of the determinant changes. And in the previous property, what we were discussing is interchanging the entire row and column. Then the value remains unchanged. Means if you interchange all the rows and columns, then the value remains same. But if any two rows or columns of a determinant are interchanged, then the sign of the determinant changes. Means plus becomes minus. You have to put additional one minus sign. That is delta 1. This is a representation of determinant value. Delta 1 is equal to minus delta. If delta is a determinant and delta 1 is another determinant, by interchanging a row and a column, one row and one column, then the value of new determinant delta 1 will be same as negative of the original determinant, that is minus delta. Consider an example delta, that is a determinant representation. Delta is equal to determinant 2 minus 3 5 6 0 5 4 1 5 minus 7. So expanding the determinant along the first row means you have already learned how to expand the determinant. Here I am expanding along the first row. That is delta is equal to first element is symbol is plus, means first row first element a11, that is 1 plus 1, 1 plus 1 is 2, 2 is even, that's why the sign is positive. That row and column is left or cancelled and balance, that is 0 4 5 minus 7, that is the 2 by 2 determinant we have got here. The next symbol is, next we are taking this minus 3 and here the symbol of that particular term is minus, because a12 is the element, 1 plus 2 is 3, 3 is odd. Since it is odd, we have to put a negative sign minus, and the element is minus 3. Minus of minus 3 into that row and column is gone and the balance is 6 4 1 minus 7. That is what it is here. Then third element 5 you have to take. Before taking that particular element, you have to assign the sign. This is first row third element, means 1 3. 1 plus 3 is 4. 4 is an even number, that's why we have to assign the sign plus. 5 into that row column is gone, 6015 is the determinant here. Then 2 into, find out the value of this 2 by 2 determinant, that is 0 into minus 7, that is 0, minus 5 into 4, 5 into 4 is 20. Then here minus minus is plus, 3 into determinant value, that is 6 into minus 7, that is minus 42, minus 4 into 1, that is 4, plus 5 into value of this determinant, that is 6 into 5, 6 into 5 is 30, minus 1 into 0 is 0. When you go for the calculation, 0 minus 20 is minus 20, minus 20 into 2 minus 40. Then here minus 42 minus 4, that is minus 46, minus 46 into 3 is minus 138. Next, plus 30 minus 0 is 30, 30 into 5 150. When you go for all the calculation, you will get the answer as minus 28. That is the determinant value of first determinant, that is delta. Next, we have to go for interchanging rows R2 and R3. R2 and R3 I am interchanging. The symbolic representation is R2 interchange R3. Means the resultant matrix determinant what we are getting is delta 1 is equal to this R2 R3 is interchanged. Means R2 came into R3's position and R3 gone back to R2's position. First row remains the same, 2 minus 3 5, and here second row 604 came as the third row. Here we have interchanged, and 1 5 minus 7 here is in the third row, that will come here as second row. Here second row and third row we were interchanged. Now go for calculating this value, expanding along the first row. Delta 1 is equal to, first element is positive, that is plus 2 into row and column is gone, 5 minus 7 0 4, that is the determinant value. Second element value is sign is minus because it is first row second element 1 2 1 2, 1 plus 2 is 3, 3 is odd number, that's why minus sign, minus of, here again minus 3 is there, that minus 3 into row and column is gone, 1 minus 7 6 4, that is the 2 by 2 determinant. Next, this element is first row third element, that is 1 plus 3 is 4, is even number, that's why sign is plus. 5 into row column is gone, balance is 1560, it's written here. Then just expand it, that is 2 into 5 into 4 is 20, 0 into minus 7 is 0, minus into minus plus 3 into 1 into 4, that is 4, minus into minus plus 6 into 7 42. Next, plus 5 into 1 into 0 is 0, 6 into 5 is 30. Go for expanding the bracket and simplifying. 20 minus 0 is 20, 20 into 2 is 40, 4 plus 42 is 46, 46 plus into 3 is 138, then 0 minus 30 is minus 30, minus 30 into 5 is minus 150. So here you are getting the answer 28, and in the original determinant value is minus 28. So finally we can conclude that delta 1 is equal to minus delta. Means the result is clear here. If you interchange a row or column, any two rows or columns, the sign of the determinant changes. Property number 3. If any two rows or columns of a determinant are identical, means all corresponding elements are same, then the value of determinant is 0. Consider a determinant, that is delta is equal to 323, 223, 323. And when you observe this determinant, the first row and the third row are identical, means they are same. R1 and R3 are identical. So expanding along the first row, what we are going to get is delta is equal to, first element is 3, sign is positive because 1 1, 1 plus 1 is 2, 2 is even, that's why it is plus 3. That row column is eliminated. I am not writing the determinant, directly writing the value. Multiply the diagonals, 3 into 2 6, again 3 into 2 6, so 6 minus 6 is written. Second element is 2, 2 is negative because it is first row second element, that is 1 2, 1 plus 2 is 3, 3 is an odd number, that's why it is minus. Minus 2 into row column is gone, that is 3 into 2 6, minus 3 into 3 9, 6 minus 9. Next element is plus 3, sign is plus because it is first row third element 1 3, 1 plus 3 is 4, 4 is an even number, that's why it is plus 3. Row column is gone, 2 into 2 4, minus 3 into 2 6, 4 minus 6. Go for the calculation. 0 minus 2 into 6 minus 9 is minus 3 and 4 minus 6 is minus 2. After calculation we will get the answer 0. So the value of determinant is 0. Reason two rows are identical. The property says any two rows or columns of a determinant are identical, then directly we can write the value of determinant is 0. Next to property number 4, that is, if each element of a row or a column of a determinant is multiplied by a constant k, then its value gets multiplied by k. Means little bit of explanation here. Each element of a row or a column of a determinant is multiplied by k. For example, if you multiply a k throughout first row, then actually what is happening is the value of that particular determinant is multiplied by k. That is what the property says. Consider example. Delta is equal to determinant a1 b1 c1, a2 b2 c2, a3 b3 c3. Here I'm taking another determinant delta 1. What I'm doing is I'm just multiplying the elements of the first row by k. So the resultant determinant is delta 1 is equal to, in this determinant I'm multiplying k throughout the first row. So ka1, kb1, kc1, a2 b2 c2, a3 b3 c3. Same. This must be equal to the what I have multiplied throughout the first row, I can multiply outside, that is k into that particular determinant, that is a1 b1 c1, a2 b2 c2, a3 b3 c3. So through this property we can derive one more fact, that is we can take out any common factor from any row or any column of a given determinant. So consider, just for an example, I am taking this determinant alone. Okay, when you take this determinant alone, here ka1, kb1, kc1 and a1 b2, sorry, a2 b2 c2, a3 b3 c3. When you check in the first row, k is common. So similarly we can take k outside and the balance first row a1 b1 c1, a2 b2 c2, a3 b3 c3. This one we can derive as a result from this property number 4. Next to property number 5, if some or all elements of a row or column of a determinant are expressed as sum of two or more terms, then the determinant can be expressed as the sum of two or more determinants. So let us have an example. Through example we can explain this property. Consider a determinant a1 plus lambda 1, a2 plus lambda 2, a3 plus lambda 3, then b1, b2, b3, c1, c2, c3. So here when you check the first row of this determinant is a1 lambda 1, sorry, a1 plus lambda 1, a2 plus lambda 2, a3 plus lambda 3. Means some or all elements of a row or column of a determinant are expressed as a sum of two or more terms. Means here the first row is expressed as the sum of two terms. Here a1 plus lambda 1, a2 plus lambda 2, a3 plus lambda 3. Then what the property says is we can split as two determinants here, that is a1 a2 a3 b1 b2 b3 c1 c2 c3 plus this lambda 1 lambda 2 lambda 3 first row b1 b2 b3 c1 c2 c3. Same. Means determinant can be expressed as the sum of two or more determinants. Here first row is expressed as a sum of two terms and we have splitted the entire determinant as two determinants. That is what the property says. Next property number 6. This is a little bit of difficult to understand. If to each element of any row or column of a determinant, the eq multiples of corresponding elements of other row or column are added, then the value of determinant remains the same. Means once again, To each element of any row or column of a determinant, the equimultiples of corresponding elements of other row or column are added, then the value of determinants remains the same. Explanation through an example means the value of determinant remain the same if we apply the operation Ri, means here taking Ri row number I changes to that Ri plus equimultiples, that is k into Rj. So Rjth row multiplied with k and adding with Ri means the value remains the same. Value of the determinant remains same. The same operation we can do for column also, that is Ci changes to Ci, the same column plus k into some other column. So Ci changes to Ci plus k into Cj. So this one is little bit of difficult to understand, but later on when you apply it in the determinants, it will be easy for you. Next, we shall discuss some tips and tricks for solving determinant questions. And in the examination point of view, it is a very important topic, and you will be getting a confirmed 4-mark question, and sometimes a 6-mark question also can be asked from this topic. And when you read these tips and tricks, you may feel it is difficult to understand, but once you start applying or solving these properties of determinants questions or proving the determinants by using the properties of determinants, you just keep these tips and tricks in your mind so that it will act as a gate towards your answer. Just like how we have solved inverses of 3 by 3 matrices. So the first point is try to apply the operation in a manner that you can take something common and create all ones. Means your aim is to create in any row or column all elements as 1. Next, once you see any row or column with all ones, connect it any two with a 0. It is telling about a 3 by 3 determinant. So once you have found one row or column is completely 1, then out of that two elements you have to make it 0. Then expand with respect to that row or column contains maximum number of zeros so that the calculation will be easy for you. Next point is write the operations applied clearly in between the step till the end. Just like inverses of matrices, the matrix operations we have written in between the steps. Likewise, the determinant operations also you have to write in between the steps clearly. Next, if nothing works out, means these are some special cases are there questions that we will discuss later. Rare cases. If nothing works, multiply R1, R2, R3 into ABC respectively. Then take ABC common from C1, C2 and C3 respectively in the next step. So now we no need to consider this last property or last tips. We will discuss it later while solving some special type questions. So once again, just go through it. If nothing works, multiply R1, R2, R3, row 1, row 2, row 3 into ABC. Then take ABC common from C1, C2, C3 in the next step. So this one we will keep it in reserve, and when it is necessary, we will take it out. Next, we shall discuss some valid operations in properties of determinants. While solving the questions, most of the students will be confused what operations we have to write and what we should not write. So let us go through some valid operations. You can add or subtract any two rows or three rows. You can add or subtract any two or three columns. R1 changes to R1 plus K into R2 means you are taking first row and adding with R2 multiplying with K. Once again, R2 you are taking any row you are taking and multiplying with a constant and adding with another row. Once again, a particular row you are taking, multiplying with a constant and adding with the another row. That is also a valid operation. Interchanging two rows, interchanging two columns. And what we should not do is do not mix a row and column in the same step. Next, This is not a valid operation, means adding R1 changes to R1 plus or minus C2, means row and column addition, it is not allowed. Then row and row multiplication not allowed. Column and column division, multiplication and division in any row and column is not allowed. So just to keep all these things, minor mistakes you can avoid if you keep all these things in mind. Move on to exercise questions. Using the property of determinants and without expanding, in exercises 1 to 7, prove that determinant x a x plus a, y b y plus b, z c z plus c equal to 0. Here when you look at the question, you have to prove the value of this determinant is 0, but you should not expand the determinant, but you have to use the properties of determinants. When you observe this determinant, you can see that the third column is the sum of two terms, x plus a, y plus b, z plus c. So the entire determinant we can split as the sum of two determinants. That is, first column is same, x, y, z, a, b, c, and the third column we can write it in first matrix as x, y, z, and plus in the second determinant we can write it as third column a, b, c. The remaining columns are same. And when you look at this determinant, you can see first column xyz and the third column xyz, both are identical. And here in the second determinant, second column ABC, third column ABC, identical. Means by using the properties of determinants, if two columns are identical means the value of the determinant is 0. So 0 plus 0 equal to 0. Second question, determinant a minus b, b minus c, c minus a, b minus c, c minus a minus b, c minus a minus b, b minus c equal to 0. So here consider this determinant as delta. Delta is equal to m, or simply you can write the LHS also, no problem. So I am taking this one as delta, the given determinant. Then I am giving the operation C1 changes to C1 plus C2 plus C3. Column 1, column 2, column 3 I am writing in column 1. Means a minus b plus b minus c plus c minus a. That is the first element. Then in the second element, if you take b minus c plus c minus a plus a minus b, that is the second element in the first column. And the third element, if you take c minus a plus a minus b plus b minus c. So that is what it is written. What we have done is C1, means this C1 is changing to C1 plus C2 plus C3. So that is what it is written here. C2 and C3 remains the same. B minus C, C minus A, everything is same here. When you do the calculation, you can check here, entire term is cancelled. So A minus A is gone, B minus B plus B is gone, and minus C plus C gone. So the entire term is 0. So similarly, the second term also, third term also in the first column 0. Means all the elements in the first column are 0. And C2, C3 there is no change. And as you know that if you expand along this column, the entire value of the determinant will be 0. We can consider it is also a property that if any row or column of a determinant is 0, then the value of determinant is 0. So directly we can write the answer as 0. The reason is all entries of the first column are 0. Move on to question number 3. We have to prove that the value of this determinant is equal to 0. We should not expand the determinant. Let us take the determinant as determinant 2, 7, 65, 3, 8, 75, 5, 9, 86. First and foremost thing, I am splitting the third column, that is 65 I am splitting as 63 plus 2, 75 I am splitting as 72 plus 3, 86 I am splitting as 81 plus 5. Now the third column is sum of two terms, so I can split the entire determinant by using the properties of determinants as two determinants. First one column, that is 2, 3, 5, same, 7, 8, 9 also same, and this 63, 72, 81 will come as the third column of first determinant, plus the second determinant I will write 2, 3, 5, 7, 8, 9, and this 2, 3, 5 will be coming in the third column here. Next, first column is same 2, 3, 5, 7, 8, 9, that is same, and this 63 again I am taking 9 common. When you check 63, 72, 81, all this column is having 9 common factor. So I am just taking out 9, that is 9 into 7 I changed. 72 I have changed as 9 into 8. 81 I have taken as 9 into 9 plus this matrix already 0 because you can see here 2, 3, 5, 2, 3, 5. First column and third column are identical. So by using the properties of determinants, the value of that determinant is 0. So two columns are identical. That is the reason. Now in this third column, everywhere 9 is common. So you take that 9 out of the determinant, that is when 9 comes outside, first column 2, 3, 5, second column 7, 8, 9, and third column also 7, 8, 9. Now you can check the second column and third column again identical. So the value of determinant is 0. So finally we have got the answer as 0. Move on to question number 4. Using the property of determinants and without expanding, prove that determinant 1, 1, 1, B, C, C, A, B, A into B plus C, B into C plus A, C into A plus B equal to 0. For proving the value of a determinant is equal to 0, you have two options. The first option is either you have to make a row or column, a particular row or column are identical or make it equal, then we can write that value of determinant is 0. Or else we have to make a particular row or column completely 0. Then also we can write the value of determinant is 0. So when you observe this question, delta is equal to determinant 1, 1, 1, B, C, C, A, B, and third column. When you analyze, here when you remove the bracket, AB you will get, AC you will get. And when you join with BC, means when you add this C2 and C3 together, AB, BC, AC you are getting here, okay? And when you add this element in C2 and this element in C3, here you can see AB is there, BC is there, AC is there. And when you do the same operation here also you are getting same element, AB you are getting, BC you are getting, AC you are getting. Means we have found the operation, that is C3 changes to C3 plus C2. Means C3 and C2 we are adding and writing as C3. Go for the operation. First column is same 1, 1, 1, BC, CA, AB same. And here, as I said before, just remove the bracket and arrange it in order and write. That will be easy for you. AB, then here BC is there, then AC is there. So you are adding C3 and C2. So writing it together. Here also same thing. C2 and C3 adding. AB you are getting. BC you are getting plus AC. We have written here. Next, AB is here. BC is here, AC also there. So AB plus BC plus AC. Then when you check the third column, all elements are same, AB, BC, CA. Take out. So when you take out AB plus BC plus CA, first column is 1, 1, 1, second column BC, CA, AB same, and third column also 1, 1, 1. So here we have got a determinant where the two columns are identical. First column and the third column are identical. Directly we can write as 0. So the determinant is 0. So the value also 0 into AB plus BC plus CA, we are getting 0. Next we shall discuss question number 5. Using the property of determinants and without expanding, prove that determinant B plus C, Q plus R, Y plus Z, C plus A, R plus P, Z plus X, A plus B, P plus Q, X plus Y equal to 2 into determinant APX, BQY, CRZ. Let us take the left side determinant as delta, LHS as it is written. When you look at the left hand side and the right hand side is all the terms are the sum of two alphabets. And when you look at the right side, it is all single alphabets. means we have to reduce two alphabets to single alphabet. So whatever be the answer, first and foremost thing we have to analyze the left hand side, means the question, and what we can do, that we have to analyze and come to the conclusion. Here b plus c, c plus a plus b, means when I add b plus c plus a and a plus b, I will get as 2a, 2b and 2c. Same thing only in this row also, this row also. So my first operation what I am going to do is R1 changes to R1 plus R2 plus R3. R1 I am changing to R1 plus R2 plus R3. After doing the operation, delta is equal to, first row will be changing b plus c plus c plus a plus a plus b, q plus r plus p plus p plus q, y plus z plus x plus y here. R2 remains the same, R3 remains the same. Next what we have to do is, when you add here everywhere 2 common, that is here 2a, 2c, 2b, here also 2p, 2q, 2r, here also same thing. So I'm taking 2 common and balance a plus b plus c, p plus q plus r, x plus y plus z. What I have done is, from the first row I have taken 2 common. Row 2 remains the same, row 3 also remains the same. Now it is very easy to reduce it into a single form, this format. Now you can check a plus b plus c, c plus a. When I subtract these two, a plus b plus c and c plus a, if I subtract, c will be cancelled, a will be cancelled. I will get a b. Not a problem. First element b. Actually here first element is a. It doesn't matter. We can interchange the row and the interchange the rows. So it is not a problem, the order. So go for the operation, that is R1 changes to R1 minus R2. Same time I am going to do another one also. R3 changes to R3 minus R1. After doing this operation, 2 into R1 is changing, R1 minus R2, R1 A plus B plus C minus C plus A, that is minus C minus A. So C and A will be cancelled, you will be getting only B. Here R and P will be cancelled and you will be getting only Q. Here Z and X will be cancelled and you will be getting only Y. R2 I am not changing, C plus A, R plus P, Z plus X. Same. And R3 changing to R3 minus R1. So R3 is here, A plus B. Then minus A minus B minus C. Minus R1, no, that's why. So minus A minus B minus C. So A and B will be cancelled and you will be remaining minus C. It is written. Next, P plus Q minus P minus Q minus R. So P and Q cancel, you will be getting minus R. That is written. Next, X plus Y plus Z minus X minus Y. So here you will be getting minus Z balance. Next, what we have to do is, taking one minus sign common from the third row, minus 2 into b, q, y, c plus a, r plus b, z plus x, c, r, z. Now you can see here c, r, z we have got, but and b, q, y also we have got, and only apx is balance here. So apx simply we will get it. So what we have to do, here c is there, here c is there, means if you subtract these two, C will be eliminating, you will be getting A. So go for the operation. R2 changes to R2 minus R3. After doing that operation, minus 2 into BQY, same as it is. Here C will be cancelled, APX will be getting APX, CRZ. But still there is a problem. There is a minus sign outside and rows are not in order. So here APX is first row, here APX is in second row. Simply interchange the row, simply change the rows, interchange the rows. When you interchange the rows, one time minus sign will be coming. That minus and this minus will be plus. Means you can see here APX you have to bring to the first row. So when I interchange this APX to first one, and this first row becomes the second row. One time I am doing, I will get a minus sign. So that minus and this minus together it becomes plus, and final answer you will get it as 2 into APX, BQY and CRZ. So that is our right hand side. Next we shall discuss question number 6. By using properties of determinants, show that determinant 0 A minus B minus A 0 minus C B C 0 equal to 0. So here let us take the left side determinant as delta and we need to get the answer as 0. So what we have to do, I'm going to take a minus 1 common from all the three rows. So from first row also I'm taking minus common, second row also minus common and third row also minus common. So when I take 3 minus means minus. So 1 minus I'm keeping outside. So here no change, 0. Then this A becomes, since I'm taking minus outside, so minus A, and this minus B becomes plus B, and here this minus A becomes plus A, 0 becomes same only, minus C becomes plus C, and B becomes minus B, C becomes minus C, and 0 becomes same. What I have done is 3 minus, from 3 row also I have taken minus, and the 3 minus coming out will come as single minus, 1 minus. Then next, interchanging the rows and columns. I'm taking the transpose of this determinant, means just interchange the rows and column. That means delta is equal to this minus outside 0 minus a b. This is the first row. That first row will come here as first column. A0C will come as second column. Minus b minus c0 will come as third column. Interchanging the rows and columns of a determinant is allowed. It will not affect the value of the determinant. We have studied in the properties of determinants. Now when you look at this determinant, that is 0a minus b, that is this one, 0a minus b, that we have taken as delta. So finally we can come to the conclusion, delta is equal to, left side is delta equal to minus, again delta we have got. When you bring delta on the left side, it becomes 2 delta is equal to 0. Finally delta equal to 0. That is what we have to prove. Hence the move on to question number 7. By using properties of determinants, show that determinant minus a square ab ac, ba minus b square bc, ca cb minus c square equal to 4a square b square c square. Let us take delta as the left hand side determinant. When you look at the determinant in all the rows, first row A is common, second row B is common, third row C is common. So let us take ABC outside. Means from the first row A we have to take out, from the second row B we have to take, from the third row C. So ABC together will come out. The balance we have to write. The balances are minus A, B, C. From here if B going means A is the balance. Here 1B going means 1B is the balance, and here B going means C is the balance. Likewise, third row balance is A, B minus C. And when you analyze this determinant again, you can see in the column, first column A is common, second column B common, third column C is common. Again we can take ABC outside. One more ABC coming to outside means we will get it as A square B square C square. And we will get inside minus a minus a going means the balance is minus 1 1 1. Similarly b going means from the second column we will get 1 minus 1 1. Again c going from the third column means we will get 1 1 minus 1. So reason is taking ABC from C1 C2 C3. Now it is quite simple, means our determinant is having 1 and minus 1s only, so we have to reduce two elements to 0, then we have to expand, that's all. That is the procedure. So for that we have to take R2 changes to R2 plus R1. R2 changes to R2 plus R1. You can see here 1 plus minus 1, 1 minus 1 becomes 0. Here also 1 minus 1 0. R2 will become 0. Two elements become 0. So go for the calculation, that is a square b square c square. R1 remains the same. R2, that is 1 minus 1 0. 1 minus 1 again 0. 1 plus 1, that is equal to 2. R3 remains the same. Next what we have to do is we have to expand along R2. R2 expanding means a square b square c square outside. Then first element 0, no need to check. Second element also 0, no need. Then third element if you take, this is second row third element, that is 2 plus 3 5, sign is minus, so minus 2 into row column is gone, balance is minus 1 1 1 1, it is written here minus 1 1 1 1. Then go for calculation, that is a square b square c square into minus 2 into here 1 into minus 1, that is minus 1 1 into minus 1 again minus 1. So minus 2 into minus 2, that is 4 a square b square c square, that is the answer. Next, move on to question number 8. Question is, by using properties of determinants, show that first part, determinant 1a square 1b b square 1c c square equal to a minus b into b minus c into c minus a. So here what we have to do is, left hand side we can take it as delta, that is the given determinant. Then we can see here first column 3 elements are 0, first column 3 elements are 1. So from there if you reduce 2 to 0, then it will be easy for us to calculate. For first operation what I am doing is R2 changes to R2 minus R1. So 1 minus 1, it becomes first element is 0. R2 first element will be 0. Again R3 also I am changing, R3 minus R1. R3 is 1, R1 is 1. So 1 minus 1 is 0. So R2 first element also will be 0. R3 first element also will be 0. That operation I am doing. So first row remains the same, 1a square. Second element is 0. Then R2 minus R1, that is b minus a, then b square minus a square. Again c minus a, then c square minus a square. Then I have to expand along the first column, just to expand along the first column, that is 1 into first element sign is positive, 1 into that row column is gone, then balance is b minus a b square minus a square c minus a c square minus a square, it is written. Next is 0, next element also 0, so no need those elements. Then from here b minus a, this a square minus b square formula if we apply, here also b minus a into b plus a. So first row b minus a is common, I have taken outside. Next row c minus a is common, here c minus a, this a square minus b square form if you apply, c minus a into c plus a. From that c minus a if I take outside, together b minus a c minus a we will get as common out. Then balance is here 1 1, here b square minus a square, that is b minus a out means b plus a is balance. Here c square minus a square, c minus a out means c plus a is inside. Then just go for the calculation, that is b minus a into c minus a, that is outside part, then multiply 1 into c plus a, that is c plus a. Next 1 into b plus a, that we have got b plus a, that is minus part, minus of b plus a, that is minus b minus a, removing the bracket also. Then here a minus a is cancelled. Then we are getting the result as b minus a into c minus a into here c minus b is the balance. But when you compare, we want a minus b, then b minus c, then c minus a we want. Only c minus a is here, but a minus b is not there, instead b minus a is there. So we can take one minus outside from b minus a as well as from c minus b. Then if I take a minus outside from here, it becomes minus of a minus b into c minus a remains the same, and from this c minus b if I take minus outside, I will get minus of b minus c. Now minus minus becomes plus. Finally we have got a minus b into b minus c into c minus a. Next we shall discuss the second part of question number 8, that is determinant 1 1 1 a b c a cube b cube c cube equal to a minus b into b minus c into c minus a into a plus b plus c. So let us take the left side portion as delta, that is equal to the given determinant. And when you look at the determinant, it is quite simple. The first row completely 1. So if you make it 2 elements 0, then it will be easy for us to expand. So C2 changes to C2 minus C1. So C2 I am changing, C2 minus C1. So 1 minus 1 it becomes 0. Same way C3 changes to C3 minus C1. After doing this operation, the determinant becomes 1. a cube, first column remains the same, and the second column 1 minus 1, that is 0. Then next is b minus a, next b cube minus a cube, it is written. Next 1 minus 1, that is 0, c minus a, then next is c cube minus a cube. Next go for expanding along the first row, that is first element only we need to take because other two elements are 0. First element, that is positive 1 into row column is gone, that is balance b minus a, c minus a, that is written b minus a, c minus a. Next b cube minus a cube, c cube minus a cube. What I have done is expanded a cube minus b cube formula, that is b minus a into b square plus a square plus ab, c cube minus a cube expanded c minus a into c square plus a square plus ac. Then in the first column b minus a common, second column c minus a is common. Take it out, that is b minus a, c minus a will go out. Balance here 1, then b square plus a square plus ab, then c minus a gone out, that is 1 balance. Here c minus a gone out, c square plus a square plus ac is the balance. Next what we have to do is just expand it, because here 2 by 2 determinant easy to expand. B minus a, c minus a same. Then 1 into c square plus a square plus ac, that is c square plus a square plus ac only, minus 1 into b square plus a square plus ab. When you remove the bracket along with the sign, that is minus b square minus a square minus ab. Then after doing the calculation, it becomes, here you can see only c square and b square is there, a square is cancelled, plus a square minus a square cancelled, then ac minus ad. Then what we have to do is b minus a into c minus a. This c square minus b square, by using a square minus b square formula we can split c minus b into c plus b, plus in these two a is common. If I take a outside, c minus b is the balance. Then next is b minus a into c minus a into, here you can see c minus b, c minus b, that is common. Just take c minus b outside, and balance will be here c plus b and here plus a. So c plus b plus a. Just rearrange it, that is a minus b into b minus c into c minus a into a plus b plus c. That is our right hand side. Next, to move on to question number 9. The question is, by using properties of determinants, show that determinant x, x square, y, z, y square, zx, z square, xy equal to x minus y into y minus z into z minus x into xy plus yz plus zx. Before starting the question, I would like to tell you one thing. This question is somewhat different question, and please note this question and study. If you think that it is easy and normally we can do, so you will end up nowhere. So please mark this question and practice. As before, let us take this as delta, that is equal to determinant, left side determinant x square yz, y square zx, z square xy. So go for the operation. R2 changes to R2 minus R1 and R3 changes to R3 minus R1. So what we have to do, just to go for the calculation, that is first row remains the same, x square yz same, and R2 changes to R2 minus R1. R2 in the sense y minus x, y square minus x square, zx minus yz. That is what R2 is changing. Now R3 changes to R3 minus R1, that is z minus x, z square minus x square, xy minus yz. It is changed. Now go for a little bit of calculation. First row remains the same, x square yz. From here you take one minus outside, that is minus of x minus y. This one minus take outside and expand. That minus taking outside means it is minus of x square minus y square. Minus of x square minus y square. X square minus y square, when you expand it, x plus y into x minus y, minus outside. Then from here z outside, z if you take x minus y, z into x minus y. Here z minus x, here z square minus x square is z minus x into z plus x. Then here y taking outside, minus y taking outside, minus y into z minus x, you will get it. And there are some terms common, you have to take outside. From here x minus y is out, and from the third row z minus x is out, and balance is x square yz same. Then here minus 1, here minus x minus y, that is x plus y is the balance one, just removing the bracket also. X minus y is outside, so minus x plus y is there. When you remove it, minus x minus y will come, and here x minus y outside, z is the balance. Next, z minus x is outside, 1 is the balance. Here z plus x balance, here minus y is the balance. Next, go for the operation R3 changes to R3 plus R2. By doing that operation, outside remains the same and first row same, second row also same, only third row is changing, R3 plus R2, that is 1 minus 1, that is 0, z plus x minus y. So x minus x will be cancelled, only z minus y balance. Next, minus y plus z, changing the order, z minus y will be getting. And here z minus y is common in the third column, that you have, sorry, third row, you have to take outside, z minus y outside from third row. So outside x minus y, z minus x, z minus y also now there. First row remains the same, second row also remains the same, third row z minus y going out, it becomes 0, 1 and 1. Again, go for expanding along R3, row 3. What we get is outside terms we can keep as it is, x minus y, z minus x, z minus y as it is. And here, first element no need, second element we have to start. Second element is third row, second column, that is 2 plus 3 is 5. 5 is odd number, so minus 1 into row, column is gone, x, y, z minus 1, z balance, plus 1. So here sign is plus because this is third row, third column, that is 3 plus 3 is 6, that is even, that's why plus 1 we have to take. Then the row and the column is gone, balance is x square minus 1 minus x minus y. Then go for the calculation, that is x minus y, z minus x, z minus y same. Then here some join calculation I am doing. If you have a difficulty, please take a piece of paper and do the rough calculation. When you expand the determinant, you will get it as xz minus yz, that is xz plus yz you will get when you expand the determinant. Once again, xz plus yz you will get while expanding determinant. I am taking this minus inside, so I will get as minus xz minus yz plus this plus. Okay, then determinant expansion, that is x into x, that is minus x square minus xy, it is written again minus 1 into x square, so 2 minus join time, minus into minus plus 1 into x square is plus x square. Here minus x square plus x square is cancelled, the balance is x minus y is there, z minus x is there, z minus y is there, and from this xz yz, then minus xy, from these three we are taking one minus outside. Once again, this minus xz minus yz minus xy, these are the balance terms. From these three I am taking one minus outside, that is here. Now inside becomes xy plus yz plus zx, I have written in order. So now look, compare with your right hand side, x minus y is there, z minus x is there, z minus y only we have, but here it is y minus z is there. So just symbol, take one minus from here, z minus y, it becomes y minus z, that minus and this minus becomes plus. So finally we have got the answer, x minus y into y minus z into z minus x into xy plus yz plus zx. So hence the proof. Dear students, in today's session we have discussed around 6 properties of determinants and we have solved around 9 questions by applying these properties of determinants. As far as the topic is concerned, this is a little bit of difficult and confusing topic. Therefore, I request all the students to write and practice these questions at least 3 times. And if you feel any doubt or any inconvenience, please feel free to ask. Thank you for watching.